Hi, I'm Dan Augusto with Gearwire.com. Today we're taking a look at the Peavey Valve King. It's the VK212, which means two 12-inch speakers. This is a very popular amp, known as being very reliable for a lot of gigging musicians. I use a Peavey amp myself when I gig live, and I've always been very happy with its performance. So let's take a listen to some of the sounds we got. We got one of the speakers mic'd up with a SM57 close-up and an AKG 414 XL2 a few feet back. So I'm playing the Rickenbacker 360 guitar, and this is on the neck pickup. I've messed with the settings a little bit to get something I kind of like on both these pickups. So we'll check out what those individual knobs do in a moment. All right, so let's just listen a little bit. All right, let's listen to our neck pickup now. All right, let's mess around with these settings a little bit. I like the bridge pickup for this, but might be a little too trebly, so we'll knock that down a little bit, give us a little more bass, push the speaker a little more, and leave the mids about where it is. I like that sound for this room. Let's mess around a little more. Let's turn that bass up all the way, turn down the mid a bit, and leave that treble up, move that treble up. Plenty of treble for that, but just so we check out all the features, let's try that. There's a bright switch on here. I'm going to push that in. So that does add quite a bit of presence to our signal. Turn down that bass again. And actually, let's just move on to the lead channel. So this is our distortion channel. Of course, you could use a foot switch to change this, but we'll just hit the button right under the bright switch. Actually, all right. So we have our gain control actually just below midnight and our volume pretty low. I'm going to turn that up a little bit so it can match, or sort of match the same volume as we got with our rhythm or clean channel. All right, so as you can see, we have pretty moderate settings on our tone. Let's style out those mids and see if we can get some sort of metal tone. Even though this isn't a metal guitar, I might as well give it a try. Turn up the gain a bit, turn down the volume. So it's pretty crunchy, not really the type of guitar though for that. So what I'm going to do is bring those mids back up, bring those trebles up, and maybe bring down the bass a little bit. See what kind of lead tones we can get. One of the nice things about this is if you're not getting enough out of your lead channel, there's also a switch to just give it a little extra boost. But let's see how we're doing here. right, so we definitely need a little bit more. Cool. We'll turn that back down, turn that gain boost off. Over here we have a reverb. So this is just one knob for reverb. Just turn that up a bit. So go to the clean channel to listen to this. It's actually a very nice spring reverb. Over here, this is the texture control, and it's on most of the new Peavey amps. And what this is sort of, after the preamp stage, it gives you a little more control over the sound. And I find these to be very subtle. Right now we have the resonance turned down all the way, and actually the other is the presence. So the presence we have up midway. Let's listen to one more time really quick to the one with the resonance down all the way, since this is so subtle. Turn down the reverb because I have a feeling that's going to make it hard to hear. I want to turn the resonance all the way up. So what this has to do with, as you can see this is labeled damping, is I believe the response of the speaker. It's sort of hard to hear when I start playing, or actually when I stop playing with this one. When the resonance is up, it takes a little longer for the speaker to stop moving. So it gives a little bit more of a smooth release sound. The presence, I believe, has the opposite effect, or actually the effect on the beginning of the note. We have it turned all the way down. Attacks are smoothed out, it seems. Turn it all the way up. Turn it all the way down. And turn it all the way up. So definitely both very subtle controls, but they can help you, if you're getting a weird sound in your microphones, when you're recording with an amp like this, or say you're at the gig and the sound guy's telling you something weird about the response of your amp, you can mess with these, for the room and sort of get a special tone. But again, once again, very, very slight and subtle controls. All right, now that we've listened to the amp a little bit, I wanted to take a look at the back of the amp and actually see what's inside. Most prominent feature, of course, we got the two classic voiced Valve King speakers, two 12-inch. You can also get this in a 1x12 or a head version. In the head version, you get the switch up here, selectable impedance, and also two parallel outputs. So you can run extension cabs for this combo. We see two nice big transformers. Tube-wise, we got three 12AX7s, and then for the power section, we got some 6V6 GC tubes that come stock. Tube-driven spring reverb, and up here, there's the texture knob. Now this is basically controlling the power going to the power section. If you run it low, it runs it sort of closer to Class A, meaning the same amp circuit is amplifying both the tops and the bottoms of the waveforms. As you turn it up, it increases the power, but you can no longer run it in Class A mode, so it starts to run more like a Class A-B, which means separate amplifier circuit for the tops and the bottoms. For this demo, we just kept it straight up. It's a little more in-depth than we have time to go through right now. So this is the Peavey Valve King VK 212 combo, and thanks for checking it out here at Gearwire.com.